Another year has come and gone, and my entire life I have never had a birthday cake on my birthday that I didn't make. So I'm going to show you how I do my favorite strawberry shortcake. I make it with a shortcake biscuit. Angel food cake, that's for chumps. Forget it. This is kind of the progenitor of all my scones and everything else. One of the first things I really learned how to bake just so I could make myself strawberry shortcake. Normally, if there's people around, I'll make this and put it in a big pan, cut it in half, butter both sides, and fill it with strawberries top and bottom. But because it's just me around, I'm going to do it as individual shortcakes. So pay attention and enjoy. They are fantastic. Starting with 2 cups of self-rising flour. I'm going to add about ½ teaspoon of salt and a cup of Splenda. I used to love sugar. Diabetic now, so everything goes with the Splenda. And we just mix these dry ingredients together. Now we're going to grate in 3/4 of a cup of frozen butter. To help this incorporate a little bit better, about every 1/4 cup, we're going to mix that butter in with the flour to get a nice coating on it. We want this completely incorporated so it gives us a much nicer shortcake when we're done. Now once our butter is completely covered here in flour, I've got 3/4 of a cup of milk. Now I've said this before, I'll say it again. You're going to put your milk in slowly and mix it. Every flour that you use is going to be different. It's going to absorb liquids at a different rate. Even if you're buying the exact same flour over and over again, each bag can be different. So you're going to have to use your judgment. So I'll get about half of it in to start and start mixing it through. And today we'll use the entire 3/4 of a cup of milk. You can see that there's still a lot of loose flour in there, and that's just fine. Once we get in to start pressing it with our hands, getting it all clumped together, that's just going to merge right in. And we will have a great shortcake. Now I've lightly sprayed my counter with oil. Now I can get the dough out, get it all formed together, and start cutting it. You can roll this if you want. I prefer just to work it a little bit, get some layers into it, keep it all nice and flaky still, and I'll press it out. Now you can see I have a lot more strawberries than I have dough. I'm kind of doing that for a reason. You see, I can make shortcakes or have shortcakes for a few days and put strawberries on them. And when I run out of the shortcakes, I can make a nice fresh batch. And then an ugly one for the cook. And, well, seeing I'm the cook, and they are my shortcakes, I'm going to eat them all, so. We have our oven preheated to 350. Our pan's been in the oven heating itself at 350 degrees. Now we're just going to throw our shortcakes onto the pan. Oops, that was crumbly. You know, it doesn't matter. They're tasty or crumbly. Got to make room for our last couple of ugly ones. Now to finish these off before they go in that oven, I'm taking a little whipping cream to brush the tops. We're going to be using the rest of this whipping cream when these are all out of the oven. We'll get to that in just a bit. And now, pop them in the oven. Now there is nothing easier or better tasting than homemade whipped cream. All you have to do is, I've taken a pint of heavy cream, started my mixer. You can do this by hand, you can do it with a hand beater. All it takes is a little bit of time. You want to start to get those bubbles into this heavy cream. Now once you got some air into it, starting to liven up, I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla, a shot of tequila, because I'm making this kind of a margarita flavored whipped cream to go with the strawberries, kind of make it a strawberry margarita. I like the Cabo Wabo, doesn't really matter. And a half a cup of Splenda. And we're just going to whip this till it has soft peaks on it. Maybe a little bit more. You don't want to do it too much, you'll end up with butter. Once you have a good amount of lime zest in there, you just want to gently fold it in. And I mean gently. You don't want to break out all that air and all that you've already got into your whipped cream. Get everything off the sides. and you are ready to go for your shortcake. Now to our macerated strawberries, like I said, 3 pounds of strawberries, 1.5 cups of Splenda. I'm just going to add a squeeze of lime juice. This will give it a little fresh flavor and keep those colors and all while it's sitting in the fridge for a few days, where you keep adding this to your shortcakes. Wonderful. Now 30 minutes later, we get them off on a rack to cool. And we build my favorite dessert. Start with 1 shortcake. I always butter them. Throw it in there. Add a generous heaping of strawberries. Another shortcake. Oh yes, buttered, buttered, buttered. Another generous amount of strawberries. And then a nice dollop of whipped cream on top. Okay, a very generous dollop of whipped cream on top. For this to be perfect, you want it to set for a while. You want all those strawberry juices to soak into that biscuit and just put the flavor all the way through. It's amazing. Now, real strawberry shortcake is one of those things that just makes life worth living. I could eat this every day, all day. So, happy birthday to me, and I hope you enjoy it.